and I'm going to be your expert for this afternoon. I'm going to be talking about WordPress and just some different information that I feel is valuable when it comes to starting out your first website with WordPress, um, and or if you're moving over from different locations of where you're hosted at. And then I'm going to go through showing you how to create a WordPress site locally for free, and then how you can create one on a paid platform. So I wanted to first start off with mentioning my partnership with Makers Row, which is now Embark.live, which is an online community that connects entrepreneurs and small businesses to business category experts. So going ahead and getting started, um, there's three different platforms or hosting companies that I usually work with that are paid. One of them is called Ionis, one of them is called Bluehost, and one of them is called WP Engine. Um, I personally prefer the WP Engine, but let's start out with Ionis first. So Ionis is a great way to get your site hosted, get it up and running, and to the point. It's cheap. You can get a site hosted there for $3 a month. Um, it does the job. You do, for $3 a month, you get what you pay for, of course. The customer service is okay. They have some tools. But one thing you'll notice is that if you want the extras, you're going to have to end up paying more for each extra that you add to your site. Uh, for a more experienced person in the WordPress world, I would say that's perfectly fine. $3 a month, you can manage your own site, you can host it, you can make your edits, you can do all the things you need to, and it does that for you. Uh, the next one I would say is the Bluehost one. You're looking at about like $7 a month for them. They have a different type of platform for your WordPress site. It's a platform that is called a cPanel platform. And with this platform, you have access to your database in a different way, and you have access to your website in a different way as far as the files and stuff like that goes. Um, you get a different set of customer service, a different set of tools and things like that. But this is another platform where you end up get what you pay for as far as customer service goes. Um, they're okay. They'll get the job done. If you're comfortable enough with building out a site, it'll do the job for you. The last one I wanted to touch base on was WP Engine, which is where I host most of my websites at. I have a bigger plan, which allows me to have 10 sites right now, but they have plans to start $25 an hour. I mean, $25 a month for them. Um, what sells me on them is their customer service. They have a different type of user interface for the person that is managing the site, and they're always pretty friendly when you reach out to them. Spell. Oh, so I got a question. So yeah, let me do that real quick. We have Ionis. This is one. We have Bluehost. And we have WP Engine. They're all different price points. They work really well for what they do. Um, I have used them for multiple sites. I like them. I have a preferred, of course, though. Mine is the WP Engine, and I'm not getting any kind of affiliate links or anything like that out of this. This is just personal experience and history with that. Um, so, getting back to that, like I said, I prefer the WP. It's for doing things with small businesses, even up to large scale companies. It works pretty good for me. Like I said, I have a plan for 10 sites, but they have plans that go up exponentially from there. Um, what I'm going to be showing y'all how to do today, guys, is how to host your site locally first. So completely free. If you break it on your local machine, your local laptop or computer, it's not going to cost you anything out of your pocket. If you start this project and you forget about it for a couple months, you're not needing paying for anything at all. which is kind of cool. It's a platform called Flywheel, and let me put that in there too in the chat. So let me start with sharing my screen first. Okay. Can you all hear me by chance? I need to try plugging it in, plugging it out again. Hello, hello. Wonderful, great. Let me close this up. Is this a little bit better? Hello? Perfect. Okay. Um, so you want to create a username. We'll call this one Embark. Okay. And then what I typically do is I will copy that, move it over to a document. And then you want to create a strong password. This is really important when it um, comes to site security and things of that nature. You want to make sure that no one will find your password. So what I like to do is I go to just a password generator. I'll create a strong randomized password. Usually 16 characters will work. And we can drop that in and click add site. The builder will take care of the rest for you. Let me drop that password in so I have it. Okay. It's going to add all of its stuff in there right now. It's basically, right now it's going through and it's adding your WordPress folder directory. It's going to be adding your database that you're going to be using as well. It's setting it up on what's called an Nginx server. Um, Basically, it's building all the files that you would need. So it's quite simple. It's one click. It does it all for you, and you're able to manage these locally on your machine. And as soon as it's done loading, I will show you how to turn it on and get going from there. Okay. One thing that I like to do with my when I build a local site is I like to start it. We'll start locally, but the reason is, for me at least, is that you're able to download your plugins. You're able to set everything up that you would need to. Oh no, let's see. We ran into an error. What do we have? Install failed. Okay, well, I have the second one. It's okay. So if you run into errors like that, what you'll do is you'll just um, you'll go through and start trying to troubleshoot. Sometimes it has something to do with the security system on your machine, because basically what this is doing is it's starting a server on your machine. It's starting a location that's running that is being edited, manipulated, and worked on inside your machine. So just in case, for that reason, I created one last night. So we can go to this, just view the site right here. And look, here we go. We have your hello world started locally on your machine. You're able to start with a blank canvas. You can go into your dashboard from here and start building away. So this is how you would build it out locally on your computer. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Stop the site here. Okay. Next, what I can show is, let's show how to start one on a professional server somewhere. So what I said is I like to use WP Engine. So first thing you do is you will go through and pick your plan that you like. So start at pricing, pick your plan. They have multiple options. I do the pay monthly on this, and you just start out with the $30 one. You get started. All right. So you'd fill all this information out. What's nice is their chat is completely live. Someone will actually be there for you. Someone will make sure that they help you out if you have questions, filling everything out. You have the option to do annually. Like I said, I prefer month to month. If you want to add additional sites, they can do that for you as well. Any other little extras that you want to add, if you want to do specific things around geo-targeting, which would help with just targeting certain areas. If you want to add extra security to your site, you can add all these things on right here. The Genesis Pro is it's a um, it's a tool that you can use um, to manage your site. It will um, help with setting up the different theme that you're using, and just another resource to use. So you'd go through, you'd fill all this information out, fill out your billing information. Then you'd click to create my site. From there, it will say that it's building for you, and you'll get an email in your mail in your email account that says, "Okay, it's done building. Click this link." Let's see, question. Let's lost audio again. Let me try unplugging my headphones. Hello, is this better, guys? So the question was, James, maybe you mentioned this when we lost audio. I'm not sure what WordPress is. Is it a way to develop our websites by selecting certain tasks and functions? Is this like Squarespace, Wix, Shopify? So it's a similar tool. Uh, WordPress is a platform for creating specific websites. You can create e-commerce websites there. You can create tutorial websites. You can create a personal business website there. Um, it kind of just depends on what you're looking for uh, inside of the for your digital needs. I primarily work with e-commerce locations. So questions like Shopify, yes, it's similar to Shopify in the fact that you can build an e-commerce store. Shopify has its own set of constraints and rules and its own language that it uses for building out its site. The language it uses is called Liquid. Um, it's kind of similar to Great. Does it come with good business analytics and reporting? Yes. So it's kind of similar to like PHP, which is a coding language. Squarespace is another place, and it's kind of similar to Wix, where it's more of a UI development instead of a coding development place. So it becomes easier for the business owner to be able to create something simply and quickly on their own. Shopify is a little bit more, um, I guess there's more development involved in it. You're able to create more customized content with Shopify. And then I would say WordPress is completely customizable. You can change anything you want inside of WordPress. You can create customized, pictures, images, content, whatever you want, sections that you need basically um, from scratch, or you can find templates or plugins that do whatever you're looking for. The next question I had was, great, does it come with business analytics and reporting? So WordPress will come with its own set of analytics for you. I can show you a website real quick. Social. Um, So you get a dashboard inside of your WordPress website, and it'll have information about your site, different analytics and things of that nature. If you add the plugins that will go with it, um, there's other tools that you can add in, and I specifically work with the Google suites of tools. So like Google My Business, Google Analytics, Google Optimize, Google Tag Manager. All those tools will give you the ability um, to monitor all that stuff for your business and stuff like that. So back to where I was at. You created your website. It's ready to go. Now what do you do? Well, they send you a new link that takes you to your WP backend. This will have all your different websites that you own. You can do any of your domain needs here. Like I created one last night, and you're able to set up your domains, to monitor your visitors, the bandwidth that you're using. Talks about your storage, all of that general information inside of here. Things like, let's say you get your first MVP out and you want to go and you want to make your next edits, but you don't want to break down your site and have any problems. You do what's called a staging site, where you're able to make a copy from the main site, and then you can make your edits and then push from staging to production. And this is something that can be done across the line in different hosting platforms. So that's always a good piece of good tool to have. I have another question that came in. Can we migrate the code easily to our own platforms or another platform? Why WordPress over Google Sites? Well, Google Sites, from my understanding, is a place that you would host your websites at. Um, don't quote me. I primarily stick with the WordPress side, um, but you can also use like AWS or Microsoft Azure to host your websites. You could. Uh, I've never tried it with the Google Sites before, but you probably could get your site hosted through Google Sites as well. It's just another platform. WordPress is more of the framework, or the coding structure, if you want to call it that, for your site. So it's what your site is built in. Uh, so that's that. Hope that answers your question, JB. As far as migrating the code easily, so yes, one thing that's nice about either creating it locally or creating it on a platform is you're always able to download and zip up your folder and file structure. You're able to also download and zip up your database. And once that's done, it's migratable. It goes anywhere you want it to go. Let's say you want to take your site down for a couple months for some reason, or you're changing platforms. That's exactly what they would have you do. You can download it, zip it up, store it on your hard drive for a while, and then you're able to put it into wherever you need it to go to. So yeah. Let's see. So the next thing I wanted to go over was, so you get your website set up. They give you what's called a Cname, and that is your location of your site, and you're ready to go again. You're back to that same hello world. You're able to go edit anything you want inside there. You have your dashboard. It's ready to go for you. So um, one thing that I appreciate about WP Engine is that it helps with your SEO and your speed. And I really appreciate the user interface for myself. Um, it's just nice to have it in that type of form. But from switching over from different platforms like Ionis or Bluehost to WP Engine, you would notice that your site will dramatically speed up, and it will dramatically be a little bit better as far as SEO goes. And that's really important when you think about your site, because you want to be seen. It stands for Search Engine Optimization, which is You know, how is your site found when people search for it? Can it be found? Is that do you want to be that first page if you possibly can inside Google? So one thing that we've noticed from migrating people from wherever they've been at before to here is that it's been helpful and it's been just a little bit better. So um, if does anybody else have any questions by chance, guys? You have a couple minutes. Um, so people asked about analytics when it comes to your site. There are plenty of plugins that you can download and add. I'll just show a couple of them. So like Google Site Kit is the one that I particularly use. And what that does is it gives you all that analytics, everything you need, uh, and it connects basically all of your My Business and all of your tools in one place for you. So it makes it convenient. You can start out your campaigns for for marketing campaigns, Google campaigns. You can monitor your tags on your site, your performance, all of that kind of stuff, and it's really helpful for what else was the other one? For e-commerce. Personally, I'm a big fan of WooCommerce myself. WooCommerce is a good platform for building out your e-commerce store. Make a landing page? Okay. So I had a question to make a landing page. So what we do is you go to your pages, click Add New. We have this block editor information. You can click Get Started. We can call this landing page. Hello all, and hit Publish. All right. All right. Then you can go to Preview. And that's a super basic landing page. It's just a title, your first little section of code, or your first little section of content. Personally, depending on whatever your website is, you have these sidebar widgets that are added into your site. You can remove them. You can have them there. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve when it comes to that. So let's say you want that page to be your main landing page. You go to your settings, you go to general, you go to reading, you'd select a static page. Your home page will be the landing page, and then hit save changes. And now that's set to your home page, and there you go. That is your landing page now. But things like building ClickFunnels, things of that nature. This is an opportunity for you to use this to make a ClickFunnel if you want. Put all your ads and stuff inside of it if you wanted to, if that's the route you're going, and then they can all live inside of your own WordPress instance. Um, does anybody else have any questions, guys? All right. Well, feel free to reach out to me. I am on the embark.live platform. If you have any questions, let's see. I have a question, James. Are you a consultant that helps folks build their own sites? I missed your intro. Okay, yeah, sure. So, yes, I'm a freelance web developer. I typically work with small to mid-sized companies. I work with companies that are further along in their career that are needing something to get to them to that next level. Um, I I really enjoy helping people to set up their just their digital world. So moving from a brick and mortar to a digital place, being able to get seen by the internet. That's something I really like working with. When it comes to e-commerce, that's something I've been specializing in lately, helping people setting up their stores and setting up places for people to get their products in front of people. That's a lot of what I do. I have a question from Jennifer. Do you have to use WordPress combined with WooCommerce, or can you build your site out in WooCommerce? So WooCommerce has its own platform, and you can use a WooCommerce platform, but it's still a WordPress type of platform. I've used it in the past before. Um, I used it for a specific reason was we were working on a site that was dealing with hemp, and it needed to be done in WooCommerce at the time. This was a couple years back, so we built it out and using a WooCommerce platform. But since laws have changed, now we're able to move over to a WordPress location instead. Next question was similar to a link tree. So you can create a link tree if you'd like. Um, you don't necessarily. I mean, I guess I've never created a link tree with this, but you can do that if that's something you're into. I think there's other tools that are out there that you can use to do that, though. Um, let's see, and then I think that's about the end of it. Okay, so let's see. That's going to be all the time I have for today. Then want to say thanks again to Makers Row to get connected. Uh, check us out on embark.live. Thank you.